The Inventive Lewis Latimer. Chapter 1: A Tough Start. For some people, the path to success isn't easy. This was true for Lewis Latimer. Latimer was born in the 19th century. He lived in a world where Black people were enslaved and had few rights. Times were changing, though. Many politicians and other people wanted to outlaw slavery so that every American could live free. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865, made that possible. Even though Lewis Latimer lived in these difficult times, he didn't let anything hold him back. He worked with three of the United States' greatest inventors and became an important inventor himself. Through his hard work and determination, Latimer found genuine solutions to problems. His improvements to the light bulb helped make electric lights more affordable. Latimer received help from others along the way. He showed his thanks by giving other people the chance to follow their dreams, just as he had. Lewis Latimer was born on September 4th, 1848, in Chelsea, Massachusetts. His parents, George and Rebecca, had run away from slavery in Virginia 6 years earlier. Lewis's father was arrested soon after he reached Massachusetts. Massachusetts was a free state where people were opposed to slavery. However, a judge ruled that George Latimer still belonged to the slaveholder. This caused a huge outcry from the people who opposed slavery. Finally, one of George's supporters paid the slaveholder in Virginia so George could be free. George Latimer worked hard to free his family. They did not have much money. Lewis often had to miss school to help his father. There was little time for mischief or play. When Lewis was 8, a court decided that an enslaved person was not free, even if he or she lived in a free state. Lewis's father disappeared after this, probably because he was afraid of losing his freedom. After his father left, Lewis quit school. He took a job to help his family survive. The Civil War broke out when Lewis was 13. When he was 16, he joined the Union Navy to fight against slavery. Lewis lied about his age because he was supposed to be 18 to enlist. Latimer later said that the bravery of the African Americans fighting in the war proved that they were equal citizens. Chapter 2: Drawing His Way. Several years after the Civil War ended, Latimer began working as an office boy for a law firm in Boston, Massachusetts. The law firm applied for patents for new inventions. Drafters made detailed drawings of the inventions to show how they worked. Latimer watched the drafters closely. He decided to try drafting himself, so he borrowed some tools and some books on how to draw machines. Latimer practiced drawing at night. It required careful measuring and drawing techniques. Latimer showed his boss what he could do. His boss was so pleased that he gave Latimer a job as a drafter. One day, Latimer met a teacher named Alexander Graham Bell. Bell worked at a school for the deaf that was near Latimer's work. The two men became good friends. Bell showed Latimer the rough drawings of a new machine he had invented. It was a machine that he hoped would allow his deaf wife to hear. This machine became the telephone. Bell needed to protect his valuable invention. He didn't want others to take his idea, so he decided to apply for a patent. He asked Latimer to do the drawing of the invention for him. Bell's telephone was just one of the new inventions that were changing the world at a dizzying rate. Thomas Edison had invented the first light bulb that could burn for several hours. In 1880, Latimer met other inventors. Herman Maxim. Maxim's company, called the United States Electric Light Company, had just started making electric bulbs too. Maxim hired Latimer to work as a drafter as his secretary. Latimer realized that electricity was going to improve people's lives. Electric machines would help them get their work done faster. Electric light would make it easier to read and work at night. However, light bulbs cost a lot to make and didn't last very long. Latimer decided to make them cheaper and better. Latimer wasn't the only one trying to do this. Other inventors were racing to produce an improved light bulb. Chapter 3: A Bright Light. Latimer worked for Herman Maxim's company, focused on creating a better light bulb. He conducted many experiments. In 1881, he discovered that the filament didn't burn out as quickly when it was inside a special cardboard envelope. The envelope also increased the brightness of the light bulbs. Latimer made other improvements and took out patents on his inventions. Together, his inventions made it possible to make and sell the light bulbs more cheaply. This meant more people could afford to buy them. Maxim raised money to build factories to make the new light bulbs. Latimer traveled around the United States and to Canada and England. He oversaw the planning of the factories in these places. Latimer became known as an electricity expert. He was in great demand. More and more cities wanted to install electric lights along their streets. Latimer advised city councils about the best procedure to follow for installing electric lights. Latimer's improvements to light bulbs and his knowledge about installing them allowed cities to light their streets. In 1884, Thomas Edison heard that Latimer was looking for a new job. Edison was suing some of the electric companies. He claimed that they were using his light bulb design. One of those companies was Herman Maxim's United States Electric Light Company. Edison wanted Latimer to work for him. He knew that Latimer's knowledge would help him win in court. Latimer worked for Edison for many years. Latimer helped Edison apply for new patents. When people tried to use Edison's design without permission, Latimer helped defend those designs in court. He also continued to develop his own inventions, such as an elevator. Oh, there we go. Latimer also found time to help other people. He never forgot the challenges he had faced when he started out. He wanted to help make things easier for others. Latimer worked to improve the rights and freedoms of African Americans throughout his life. He taught English and drafted classes at night to immigrants. He also worked with young inventors to help them apply for patents. Although Louis Latimer had a tough start, he went on to have a very successful life. Latimer always looked for opportunities to help others. Many people benefited from his work with electricity. His inventions helped light up homes, businesses, and cities. Latimer's work with immigrants, African Americans, and young inventors made their lives brighter too.